where I've been really hard on myself and judging myself and going in on myself and being angry with myself, disappointed, because you have to be able to, I've learned in the emotion regulation section, you have to be able to identify your emotions. There's like emotion wheels and different things that you can find on Google, but there's so many emotions out there in the world, and a lot of times most of us don't know what emotion we're feeling. We just know we feel something, and that we feel it really strong, that emotion is firing off, and that we don't have time to deal with it, and that we don't want to deal with it most of the time. So that's where those erratic behaviors come. That's where the resentment comes in. That's where the ineffective responses come from, and those types of behaviors that we don't want, and then we just continue the patterns of, no, I don't want to deal with that, I don't know what I'm feeling, I don't want to deal with that, or no, I'm going to suck it up, I'm going to be strong, or no, I don't have time to cry, I don't have time to be afraid, I don't have time, all of those things that we ignore and try to push off, they manifest into your body, people. Please listen to me when I say that. If you don't start dealing with those internal emotions and those internal conflicts within yourselves, and trust me when I say this, because this is how I ended up with those psychogenic non-epileptic seizures in my body, by not processing the emotions that I was feeling, by not identifying the emotions that I was feeling, so that I can actually acknowledge what I'm feeling, because what you feel is important. How you feel is important. And what people feed to you, because people may feed to you that it's not important, it doesn't matter, that you don't matter, but you matter. You matter to you. You need to matter to you. If you don't matter to you, you matter to me. And I'm here to help y'all get stronger, and I'm doing that by making myself vulnerable, by sharing these experiences with you. And I'm hoping that, you can grasp some of these concepts and apply them to your own life and situations so that they work for you. But if you ever want to go in depth with any of these skills and life skills that I'm talking about, I am a certified life coach. On my website, www.stingqueenthings.org. Go on the website and you can choose any kind of healing modality. If you don't know where to start, just put your information in and fill out a consultation. The consultations are free, and we can start diving in. We can start slow. We can go straight in if you want. We can baby step in, whatever you feel comfortable doing. I'm offering that to you, and I hope that it's something that you take advantage of. I do remote healings. I do remote Reiki healings. I do interceptor work. I do just offering life coach skills, mentorship. I offer creative healing processes with painting and fluid movement and sound healing. So please come check out the website. You can also look me up on Google. Sting Queen, STINGQWEEN, Sting Queen, and all of my stuff will start populating, and you can just dive into your healing process. I'm here with you. We're doing this journey together, guys, okay? So, back to the forgiveness. Here I am. I'm on my forgiveness journey, forgiving myself for... Today I'm forgiving myself for the choice that I made to have a child out of wedlock. This is a very sensitive subject, I'm sure, for many people. It's a very vulnerable subject because, nobody ever has in their mind when they are in the process of doing adult things that a child is going to come, unless you're planning it, that is your plan to go in there and do that, then yes. But for the most part, we're just trying to experience our sexual side of life, and then children end up being the product of our behaviors, and then we have to then shift and either decide to step up and do what we need to do, or find a place for them to be that's going to be in the best interest of the child, because some people end up having to choose to have other people raise their children because they know it's going to be better for the child. And some people, there's just different situations, right? So let me walk y'all through this, okay? I was 19 years old. I was already married. I was in my first marriage, and I've only had 2. I'm on my second marriage, so please don't try me. So, I was in my first marriage, and we got married in tech school. It wasn't in tech school. It was after tech school. I met this guy in the military. He was in the reserves, actually. And he was a very sweet man. He was very quiet and just different from everybody else. I'm not going to disclose his name or anything like that because that's not the purpose of this podcast. I'm just bringing you back to the history of it so you can imagine where we're going. So, he was a Gemini. I'm a Scorpio, right? So there's that. And I had this very high energy. He was a very quiet person. And very kind and very into praying and into the Lord and just getting on his knees to pray and all of that stuff. And I knew the Lord, and I grew up in the Word, in the Holy Bible. I grew up in the church and all that, my history, right? Christian background. My dad he was a minister, and my mom, she was always singing in the choir, and all this stuff, right? So I knew God already. I had that relationship established already. However, he was on a different part of his journey. Now, I know now, as an adult, he was on a different part of his journey because he was older than me. I was 19. I believe he was 24 at the time. And so his relationship with the Lord, it looked really beautiful. Now that I think about it, it was amazing. It was so amazing to see someone commune with the Lord the way that he did. And I wasn't in that space of being ready to... I didn't know what that looked like, because I was used to seeing, talking to the Lord together with the person that you're married, because my parents, still being together after, 45, 50 something years, I don't know. They've had their own relationship with Christ, but they also commune together. And I feel like in that relationship, we had our own relationships with Christ, but we didn't really come together, which was odd. But anyways, we lived in Mississippi because I was stationed at that time. I was in the Air Force, and I had just finished both of my tech schools. It was so long, you guys. So when I joined the Air Force, I was 18 years old. Well, I joined when I was 17. And I did the delayed entry program. So my parents had to sign and all that stuff. And so when I hit 18, I graduated high school. I was able to pick any job I wanted because I was a nerd and I was super smart and scored really high on my ASVAB. So I was waiting for the